I have brought this hilsa from market, and after bringing from the market I have washed the fish with salt and remove the scales and all, and gradually I will one by one I will take this in a bowl. I have mixed the turmeric powder and salt along with the fishes. Now I will keep aside for 5 minutes. Now quickly let's check out what we are using today for cooking. I told you that it's very simple. I have used only one tomato, almost 1 inch of ginger and 2 medium size onion, and I have taken almost half spoon of cumin seeds. So let's start and let's chop the onions and prepare the masalas. When I am chopping the onions, I would like to tell you that hilsa is the pride of Bengal. It is rich in calcium, rich in minerals, and also contains a huge amount of protein. 250 grams of hilsa contains almost 30 grams of protein. As you can see, I have taken a very small quantity of mustard oil, and mustard oil is the main ingredient for cooking hilsa fish. I have taken only half tablespoon of mustard oil. Here I am going to put the fishes over the kadai or frying pan, whatever you can say, and I am going to lightly fry the fishes. You can see my fishes are all pan fried. Now I am taking out from the pan. I am adding a bit more of mustard oil to fry the onion and the tomatoes. In the pan, I have a small quantity of mustard oil, and prior to fry the tomato slits and the onion slices, I will have to put one bay leaf here, and here's it's called the panchforon. It contains fenugreek seeds, fennels, black mustard, and kalonji. It's also called that onion seed, and cumin seeds. It is called the panchforon. I have taken almost 1 teaspoon of this panchforon, and I am adding this here. Wait till it smells. Wait for the smell coming out from the well. Stir it gently with the ladle. Yeah, now I am getting the smell of that panchforon and the bay leaves. Yeah, it's now ready. And just remember to fry these panchforon and bay leaf in a medium flame. Don't put your flame in a high flame. If you put in high flame, all these contents will burn and your taste will be completely spoiled. It will become bitter completely. Now I am going to add tomato slices and onion slices. First I am adding, or you can say first I have added onions. and I will stir fry it till it becomes golden brown. And so now turn into golden brown. Now I am adding the tomatoes. Basically, in this COVID situation, I personally suggest you take as much as you can take fish, or you take daily 1 pieces of boiled egg. Take the white portion of the egg. I am adding here almost 1/4 spoon of salt. It will soften the tomatoes and it will melt down. And also I will add one teaspoon of sugar. Sugar will enhance the taste. It's not necessary, you can avoid the sugar also, but I love it and that's why I have added. And you can see the tomatoes have started melting. When it will melt little bit down, I will add little bit turmeric powder to it. Properly frying is very essential. Until you fry it properly, smell of the tomatoes will come and it will mask the taste of the fish, and also you will not feel that yumminess of the curry and all. And here sugar is also started caramelizing. You can see that brownish color is appearing here. That is nothing but the sugar has started melting. Properly fry it. If you fry it properly, it will give a yummy taste. Now frying is almost done and tomatoes have almost melted. 80% of the tomatoes have melted down. Now I am going to add that cumin seed and ginger paste. Adding very small quantity of chili powder. Yes, now my masala is completely fried. And one instruction, or you can say, when your masala will be completely fried now, it will leave the pan surface. As you see, as I move the spatula or palta, you are seeing that it is not sticking to the pan surface. I am adding water. Keeping it aside to cook for 5 minutes. Yes, it's 5 minutes over and my masala is almost cooked. Now it's the show time. I am adding the pieces to the masala. Yes, it has now become a gravy under preparation. Yes, I have added the fishes and I will let it cook till the gravy is absorbed into the fishes. and you will see the change when the gravy will be absorbed into the fishes. The color of the fishes will be changed, and you will also find out that fishes will be boiled properly. I will show you how to identify when the fishes will be boiled properly. And remember to keep the flame in a low volume. Now I will cover the curry along with the fishes with a lid and wait for 5 to 10 minutes to get it boiled. As I told you that when the fishes will be completely cooked, I will show you. Here you can see that fishes, there is a crack mark observed on the fishes. It means that fishes has been completely cooked. If you press it, you will find that it is breaking. You can see. It means that your fish is completely boiled. Now it's ready to eat. You see the texture of the gravy, it's so nice. Yes, and also smell is coming very pleasant way. Very pleasant smell is coming from the gravy. Yes, now my Hilsa Kalia is completely ready, and I will show you how to serve. Here I have used one strand of coriander leaf and 3 slits of onion, 3 slits of green chilies for garnishing purpose. And here I have taken the plate to take out the fishes. Yes, now I am switching off the knob of the gas and it's completely ready.